Do you know that Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary Japanese swordsman, never lost a duel in his entire life? In fact, he became one of the most revered figures in martial arts by mastering not only the sword but the art of living itself. Today, we're going to dive deep into his timeless wisdom and uncover the principles that can help you achieve any goal instantly, whether you're looking to excel in business, fitness, or personal growth. These aren't just random philosophies, they are battle-tested strategies that Musashi himself used to conquer his world. Trust me, this is the kind of knowledge you don't want to miss. Stick with me till the end and discover how you can apply these rules to dominate your own path to success. Number 1. Accept everything just the way it is. Alright, let's dive into this idea of accepting everything just the way it is, a cornerstone in Miyamoto Musashi's philosophy for mastery. At first glance, it might sound a bit counterintuitive, especially in a world that's always pushing us to change, improve, and strive for more. But there's a profound wisdom here that can transform how we approach our goals and daily lives. Imagine for a moment that you're standing at the base of a mountain, looking up at the peak shrouded in clouds. The path ahead is unclear, rocky, and perhaps a bit daunting. Accepting everything as it is doesn't mean giving up or resigning yourself to the current state of things. Instead, it's about acknowledging where you are right now without judgment or resistance. It's recognizing the terrain before you, understanding its challenges and opportunities, and using that awareness as your starting point. This acceptance is not passive, it's active and empowering. It frees up mental and emotional energy that would otherwise be spent battling against reality. Think of it as clearing the clutter from your mind. When you're not fighting against the present moment, you're better positioned to navigate it effectively. It's like having a clear map before embarking on a journey. You see the roads, the obstacles, and the landmarks, and you can plan your route accordingly. Moreover, accepting things as they are cultivates resilience. Life is unpredictable, and no matter how much we plan, things can go sideways. When you embrace the current situation, you become more adaptable. Instead of being thrown off course by unexpected changes, you adjust your sails and continue moving forward. This flexibility is crucial for mastery because it allows you to stay focused on your goals, even when the path isn't straight or smooth. There's also a liberating aspect to this acceptance. Often, we carry the weight of what should be or what could have been. These thoughts can be like anchors, holding us back from fully engaging with the present. By letting go of these burdens and accepting things as they are, you open yourself up to new possibilities. It's like turning a key in a lock. Suddenly, doors you didn't even know existed start to swing open. Musashi understood that mastery isn't just about honing your skills or accumulating knowledge. It's about mastering your mind and emotions. Acceptance plays a pivotal role in this inner mastery. It helps you maintain clarity and focus, ensuring that your energy is directed towards what truly matters. Instead of being distracted by frustration or disappointment, you stay centered and committed to your path. This doesn't mean you stop striving for improvement or setting goals. On the contrary, acceptance provides a stable foundation from which growth can flourish. When you accept the current state of things, you gain a realistic perspective that informs your actions. You can identify what needs to change and what can be leveraged to your advantage. It's a balanced approach that blends contentment with ambition. In practice, embracing acceptance can transform how you handle setbacks. Instead of viewing them as failures, you see them as part of the journey. Each obstacle becomes a lesson, a stepping stone towards your ultimate goal. This mindset shift is powerful because it turns challenges into opportunities for growth and learning. Furthermore, acceptance fosters a sense of peace and reduces internal conflict. When you're at war with your circumstances, it creates tension and stress. By embracing the present, you create harmony within yourself, which in turn enhances your ability to perform and achieve. It's like finding the calm in the storm, a place where you can think clearly and act decisively. Ultimately, accepting everything just the way it is about aligning yourself with reality. It's about seeing things as they are, not as you wish them to be. This alignment creates a strong foundation for mastery, allowing you to move forward with confidence and purpose. It's a timeless principle that transcends cultures and eras, speaking to the universal human experience of striving for excellence amidst the complexities of life. So, as you embark on your journey towards mastering any goal, remember the power of acceptance. Embrace the present moment, acknowledge where you are, and use that understanding to propel yourself forward. It's not about settling, it's about starting from a place of clarity and strength. In doing so, you align yourself with the natural flow of life, making your pursuit of mastery not just achievable, but deeply fulfilling. Number 2, do not seek pleasures for their own sake. Alright, let's dive into this idea. Do not seek pleasures for their own sake. At first glance, it might sound a bit counterintuitive, especially in a world that often chases instant gratification. But when you peel back the layers, it's a principle that holds profound wisdom, especially through the lens of Miyamoto Musashi's teachings. Imagine for a moment that pleasures are like fleeting shadows. They're enticing, yes, but they don't offer lasting fulfillment. Musashi wasn't just a swordsman, he was a strategist who understood the deeper currents that drive mastery. Seeking pleasures for their own sake is like chasing the wind. No matter how fast you run, you can't quite catch it. Instead, Musashi encourages us to focus on something more enduring, something that contributes to our growth and long-term goals. Think about it this way: when you chase after every little joy, you scatter your energy in too many directions. It's like trying to fill a bucket with holes in it. You're constantly losing what you're trying to gather. By not seeking pleasures solely for their own sake, you conserve your energy and direct it towards what truly matters. This doesn't mean you have to live a life devoid of joy. Far from it. It's about prioritizing and understanding what brings genuine satisfaction versus what's just momentary delight. Musashi's approach is all about discipline and focus. It's easy to get sidetracked by the allure of immediate pleasures. They're right there, tempting us with their simplicity and instant rewards. But mastery, whether in martial arts or any other field, demands a level of commitment that transcends these temporary distractions. It's about setting your sights on a bigger picture, something that requires sustained effort and dedication. There's also an element of self-control here. By not indulging in every pleasure that comes your way, you build a kind of mental resilience. You train yourself to withstand the pull of distractions and stay committed to your path. It's like strengthening a muscle. The more you practice restraint, the stronger your ability to focus becomes. This self-control is a cornerstone of mastery, enabling you to push through challenges and stay aligned with your long-term objectives. Another aspect to consider is the quality of your pursuits. When you're not fixated on immediate pleasures, you're more likely to engage in activities that are meaningful and enriching. It's about finding joy in the process rather than the outcome. Musashi understood that true mastery isn't about the end result alone, but about the journey, the growth, the learning, the evolution that happens along the way. By focusing on what truly matters, you cultivate a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. Moreover, rejecting the pursuit of pleasure for its own sake can lead to a more balanced and harmonious life. It encourages you to seek satisfaction in diverse areas, personal growth, relationships, creativity, rather than relying on transient pleasures that might leave you feeling empty in the long run. It's about building a life that's rich and rewarding on multiple levels, where each aspect supports and enhances the others. Of course, this isn't to say that you should deny yourself all pleasures. Life is meant to be enjoyed, after all. The key is discernment, knowing which pleasures add value to your life and which ones are just fleeting distractions. It's about making conscious choices that align with your goals and values. When you do this, pleasures become part of a larger tapestry of your life's journey, enriching it rather than detracting from it. In essence, Musashi's advice to not seek pleasures for their own sake is a call to live with intention and purpose. It's an invitation to look beyond the surface and engage with life in a way that fosters true mastery and lasting satisfaction. By prioritizing what truly matters, you create a foundation upon which you can build anything you set your mind to. So, next time you find yourself tempted by a quick thrill or an easy distraction, take a step back and consider whether it's serving your greater goals. Embrace the discipline that Musashi champions, and you might just find that the path to mastery is paved not with fleeting pleasures, but with steadfast focus and meaningful pursuits. Number 3. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. Alright, let's dive into this idea of think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. It's a fascinating concept that really flips the script on how we typically view ourselves and our place in the grand scheme of things. Imagine taking a step back and viewing yourself not as the center of the universe, but as a part of a much larger, intricate tapestry. It's not about diminishing your worth or your experiences, but about broadening your perspective to embrace the vastness around you. When you think lightly of yourself, it's like giving yourself permission to let go of the constant self-judgment and the pressure to be everything to everyone. It's an invitation to treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you'd offer a friend. This mindset can be incredibly freeing. Instead of being bogged down by the need to constantly prove yourself or to fit into a predefined mold, you allow yourself the space to just be. It's about recognizing that you're not alone in your struggles and triumphs, and that's okay. On the flip side, thinking deeply of the world means engaging with the complexities and wonders that surround us. It's about cultivating a sense of curiosity and a desire to understand the myriad of perspectives that exist. The world is a mosaic of cultures, ideas, and experiences, each contributing to the richness of our collective existence. By delving deep into the world, you open yourself up to endless possibilities for growth and learning. It's like embarking on an endless adventure where every day brings something new to explore and appreciate. Balancing these two ways of thinking creates a harmonious relationship between self and the external environment. It encourages humility and fosters empathy. When you don't place yourself above others, you become more receptive to different viewpoints and more compassionate towards others' journeys. This balance can lead to more meaningful connections and a greater sense of fulfillment. Moreover, this mindset can significantly impact how you approach challenges and setbacks. Thinking lightly of yourself can reduce the fear of failure because you understand that setbacks are just part of the larger journey, not a reflection of your entire being. At the same time, thinking deeply of the world equips you with the resilience and adaptability to navigate through uncertainties. It's like having a sturdy anchor and a flexible sail, allowing you to stay grounded while also being able to pivot when needed. This approach also nurtures creativity and innovation. When you're not confined by a rigid self-image, you're more likely to experiment and take risks. Simultaneously, a deep appreciation for the world fuels inspiration, providing endless sources of ideas and perspectives to draw from. It's a dynamic interplay between self-awareness and external awareness that sparks creativity in its most authentic form. In relationships, this philosophy can transform interactions. By thinking lightly of yourself, you're less likely to dominate conversations or seek validation, creating space for others to share and shine. Thinking deeply of the world means valuing diverse opinions and experiences, fostering a more inclusive and supportive environment. It's about building bridges rather than walls, creating a community where everyone feels seen and heard. Adopting this way of thinking also aligns closely with personal growth and mastery. Mastery isn't just about honing a specific skill or achieving a particular goal, it's about a continuous journey of self-improvement and understanding. By maintaining a light view of yourself, you stay open to feedback and new learning opportunities without the baggage of ego. And by deeply engaging with the world, you constantly expose yourself to new ideas and challenges that push you to grow. In essence, think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world is a powerful guiding principle. It encourages a balanced perspective that values both personal well-being and a profound connection with the broader universe. It's a reminder that while your individual journey is important, it's part of something much larger and infinitely more complex. Embracing this mindset can lead to a more enriched, compassionate, and enlightened way of living, where mastery is not just an endpoint, but a beautiful, ongoing process of exploration and understanding. So, next time you find yourself caught up in self-doubt or overwhelmed by the vastness of the world, try to find that sweet spot between lightness and depth. Let yourself breathe, let the world inspire you, and watch how this balance transforms your approach to life and your goals. It's not about diminishing yourself, it's about elevating your awareness and embracing the incredible journey that lies ahead. Number 4. Be detached from desire your whole life long. Alright, let's talk about something that might seem a bit paradoxical at first: being detached from desire your whole life long. It's one of Miyamoto Musashi's gems when it comes to achieving mastery, and trust me, it's not as dry or restrictive as it might sound. Think of detachment not as a cold, emotionless state, but more like having a clear, uncluttered mind. When you're not constantly chasing after desires, you free up space for what truly matters. It's like cleaning out a messy room. You make room for things that are important without the distraction of unnecessary clutter. This clarity allows you to focus on your goals with laser precision, without getting sidetracked by fleeting wants or external pressures. Musashi wasn't advocating for a life devoid of passion or ambition. Instead, he was pointing towards a balanced approach where desires don't control you. Imagine being able to pursue your goals without being overwhelmed by cravings or fears. It's about maintaining an inner equilibrium, where your actions are guided by purpose rather than by the ups and downs of desire. This steadiness is crucial for mastery because it keeps you grounded, no matter what comes your way. When you detach from desire, you also become more resilient. Life throws all sorts of curveballs, and when you're not clinging tightly to specific outcomes, you can adapt more easily. It's like having a flexible mindset that bends without breaking. This resilience means you can handle setbacks without losing your cool or your direction. Instead of being derailed by disappointments, you stay on course, adjusting your strategies as needed while keeping your ultimate goals in sight. There's a certain freedom that comes with detachment. Without the constant pull of desire, you're not driven by the need to prove yourself or to achieve for the sake of achievement. You're driven by a deeper sense of purpose and commitment. This intrinsic motivation is far more sustainable and fulfilling than any external reward. It's about finding joy in the process itself, rather than in the end result. This shift in perspective can make the journey toward mastery not just bearable, but genuinely enjoyable. Musashi's idea also touches on the concept of letting go. Letting go of attachments to specific outcomes doesn't mean you stop caring or striving. It means you release the chains that bind you to a single path. This openness allows you to explore different avenues and embrace unexpected opportunities. It's like having a wide-open horizon instead of being fixated on one distant point. This flexibility can lead to discoveries and innovations that a more desire-driven approach might never uncover. Moreover, detachment fosters a deep sense of inner peace. When you're not constantly battling your desires, there's less internal conflict and more harmony. This peace is a fertile ground for creativity and insight. With a calm mind, you can think more clearly, make better decisions, and respond to challenges with grace. It's like having a serene lake where you can see reflections clearly, without the ripples of desire distorting your view. Another layer to this is the idea of self-mastery. By detaching from desire, you take control of your own mind and emotions rather than letting them dictate your actions. This self-governance is a powerful tool in achieving mastery because it ensures that your actions are deliberate and aligned with your true intentions. It's about being the captain of your own ship, steering confidently through both calm and stormy seas. detachment also encourages a long-term perspective. When you're not fixated on immediate gratification, you can plan and act with the future in mind. This patience and foresight are essential for mastering any skill or achieving significant goals. It's about understanding that mastery is a journey, not a sprint, and embracing the time and effort it takes to reach the peak. In essence, being detached from desire is about cultivating a mindset that prioritizes clarity, resilience, freedom, peace, self-mastery, and long-term vision. It's a holistic approach that aligns perfectly with Musashi's teachings on mastery. By letting go of the incessant pull of desire, you create a stable foundation from which you can pursue your goals with unwavering focus and genuine passion. So, as you journey towards mastering any goal, keep this principle in mind. Embrace detachment not as a denial of your desires, but as a way to rise above them. It's about finding that sweet spot where your ambitions are fueled by purpose rather than by fleeting wants. In doing so, you set yourself up for a path that's not only effective but deeply fulfilling. Mastery, after all, isn't just about achieving, it's about becoming the best version of yourself along the way. Number 5. Do not collect weapons or practice with weapons beyond what is useful. Alright, let's chat about something Musashi was pretty clear on. Do not collect weapons or practice with weapons beyond what is useful. At first glance, it might seem a bit strange, especially if you're thinking about mastery in a broader sense. But dig a little deeper, and you'll see there's some solid logic behind it. Imagine you're trying to master a skill. Whether it's drawing, coding, or even cooking, there's a point where having too many tools or techniques can actually bog you down. Musashi knew that spreading yourself too thin with unnecessary weapons, or in modern terms, unnecessary skills, can dilute your focus. It's not about limiting yourself, it's about honing in on what truly matters. Think about it like this: every weapon in Musashi's arsenal served a purpose. Each one was chosen for its effectiveness and relevance to his goals. He didn't hoard swords or practice every martial art under the sun. Instead, he focused on mastering what he needed. This approach is all about efficiency and effectiveness. Why clutter your practice with extras that don't add value? It's about quality over quantity. There's also the aspect of mental clarity. When you have too many tools or techniques at your disposal, it can become overwhelming. Musashi understood that mastery requires a clear mind, free from unnecessary distractions. By keeping your focus tight, you can dive deeper into your practice, truly understanding and internalizing the skills that matter most. It's like trying to navigate through a fog. You need to clear the unnecessary elements to see your path clearly. Moreover, Musashi's advice touches on the importance of adaptability. By not overcommitting to a vast array of weapons, he remained flexible, able to adjust his strategy based on the situation at hand. In any pursuit, being adaptable is key. When you limit yourself to what's useful, you can pivot more easily, responding to challenges without being weighed down by unnecessary baggage. There's also a certain elegance and simplicity. Musashi's minimalist approach wasn't about lacking options, it was about embracing what was essential. Simplicity can lead to a more profound understanding and a deeper connection with your chosen path. When you strip away the non-essentials, what remains is a pure, unadulterated focus on what truly matters. It's a bit like clearing out a cluttered room. You make space for what's important and let go of what's not. Another point to consider is the energy you invest. Mastery demands a lot of energy, time, effort, dedication. If you're spreading that energy across too many areas, you're not giving anything your all. Musashi knew that by concentrating his efforts on what was most useful, he could achieve a higher level of proficiency. It's about putting your energy where it counts, ensuring that every bit of effort you put in brings you closer to your goal. Let's not forget about the journey itself. Mastery is not just about the end result, it's about the process, the growth, the evolution. When you focus on what's useful, you're more present in your practice, more engaged with each step of your journey. You're not distracted by the allure of trying everything, you're fully immersed in mastering what you've chosen. This deep engagement fosters a more meaningful and rewarding path to mastery. Musashi's rule also speaks to the idea of intentionality. Every weapon he chose, every technique he practiced, was with intention. There was a purpose behind each choice, a reason why it was included in his repertoire. This intentionality can be applied to any area of life. When you approach your goals with intention, you make deliberate choices that align with your vision, rather than accumulating things just for the sake of having them. In essence, Musashi's advice to not collect weapons or practice beyond what's useful is a lesson in focus, clarity, and intentionality. It's about honing in on what truly matters, eliminating the unnecessary, and dedicating yourself fully to your path. By embracing this mindset, you create a solid foundation for mastery, allowing you to achieve your goals with precision and purpose. So next time you find yourself tempted to add another tool to your collection or to take on an extra skill, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself if it's truly useful, if it aligns with your goals, and if it will contribute to your mastery. Embrace the simplicity and focus that Musashi championed, and watch how it transforms your journey towards achieving any goal you set your mind to. Number 6. Do not fear death. Alright, let's talk about do not fear death. At first glance, it might sound intense or even a bit dark, but stick with me, it's a game changer when it comes to mastering any goal. Imagine shedding the heavy cloak of fear that death often symbolizes. It's not about embracing mortality in a morbid way, but rather about freeing yourself from the paralyzing anxiety that holds you back. When you stop fearing death, something magical happens. Suddenly, you're not shackled by the what-ifs and the endless cycle of worrying about the end. Instead, you can channel that energy into what truly matters, your goals, your passions, your mastery. It's like clearing a fog from your mind, allowing you to see your path with crystal clarity. Without the constant shadow of fear, your focus sharpens, and your determination deepens. Think about it this way, fear of death can create an invisible barrier, a wall that separates you from taking bold steps. It whispers doubts and feeds insecurities, making even the simplest tasks seem daunting. But when you confront that fear head-on, you start to dismantle that barrier. It's not about denying death's reality, but about transforming your relationship with it. By doing so, you reclaim your power and redirect your focus toward growth and achievement. Embracing this mindset also cultivates a sense of urgency and purpose. When you're not constantly haunted by the fear of death, you begin to value each moment more deeply. Time becomes a precious resource, and you're more inclined to use it wisely. This heightened awareness can propel you forward, pushing you to seize opportunities and make the most of every day. It's like having a constant reminder to live fully and strive relentlessly for your goals. Moreover, not fearing death fosters resilience. Life is unpredictable, full of twists and turns that can throw you off balance. When death is no longer a looming threat, you become more adaptable, more capable of handling whatever comes your way. Challenges no longer seem insurmountable because you approach them with a calm and steady mind. This resilience is key to mastery, as it allows you to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward with unwavering determination. There's also a liberating aspect to this philosophy. Free from the chains of death anxiety, you're free to explore, experiment, and innovate without the constant fear of failure. It opens up a space where creativity can flourish, where you're not afraid to take risks or make mistakes. This fearless exploration is essential for mastering any craft, as it encourages you to push boundaries and discover new possibilities. On a deeper level, not fearing death aligns you with a profound sense of purpose. It encourages you to look beyond the temporary and focus on the lasting impact you want to make. Whether it's honing a skill, building something meaningful, or leaving a legacy, this fearless approach drives you to pursue excellence with unwavering commitment. It's about understanding that your time is limited, and therefore, every effort you put in is a step towards something greater. This mindset also nurtures a sense of peace and contentment. When death is no longer a source of fear, it becomes a natural part of life's journey. This acceptance allows you to live more authentically, without the constant pressure of looming mortality. You become more present, more engaged with the here and now, which is where true mastery begins. It's in this present moment that you can fully invest yourself in your pursuits, giving them the attention and passion they deserve. Ultimately, Do Not Fear Death is about embracing life with all its uncertainties and possibilities. It's a call to live boldly, to pursue your goals with vigor, and to master your craft without the weight of fear holding you back. By letting go of the fear of death, you open yourself up to a world of endless potential, where your focus is solely on growth, achievement, and the pursuit of excellence. So, next time you feel that nagging fear creeping in, remember this rule. Let it be a reminder to live freely, to chase your dreams with everything you've got, and to master your path without hesitation. Embrace the philosophy of not fearing death, and watch how it transforms your approach to life and mastery. It's not about ignoring the end, but about empowering yourself to live fully and achieve greatness along the way. Number 7, respect the gods and Buddhas, but do not rely on them. Alright, let's unpack this intriguing idea from Miyamoto Musashi: respect the gods and Buddhas, but do not rely on them. At first blush, it might seem like a delicate balancing act, almost like walking a tightrope between faith and self-reliance. But there's a deeper wisdom here that can really reshape how we approach our goals and personal growth. Imagine for a moment that respect is like a foundation stone. You honor and acknowledge the higher powers, the gods, the Buddhas, not as distant, detached figures, but as part of the intricate tapestry of life. This respect isn't about seeking permission or expecting intervention. It's more about recognizing the bigger picture, understanding that there are forces and energies beyond our immediate control. It's a nod to something greater, something that gives context to our journey without dictating the path we take. Now, shifting gears to the second part, do not rely on them. This is where the real empowerment kicks in. Musashi is essentially telling us to take ownership of our actions and decisions. It's about stepping into the driver's seat of your own life. When you rely on external forces, there's a risk of passivity, waiting for things to happen instead of making them happen. Musashi's advice nudges us towards active participation, where our efforts, strategies, and resilience become the primary engines driving us forward. But how do you maintain respect without slipping into dependency? It's a subtle art. Think of it as appreciating the sun. You acknowledge its role in making life possible, but you don't sit around waiting for it to shine every day. Similarly, respecting the gods and Buddhas is about honoring the spiritual and philosophical frameworks that provide meaning and guidance. It's about drawing inspiration and strength from these beliefs, but not letting them become crutches that you lean on when things get tough. This approach fosters a sense of inner strength and confidence. When you're not waiting for divine intervention, you cultivate your own skills, make thoughtful decisions, and build resilience. It's like honing your own craftsmanship. You respect the tools and materials, understanding their importance, but you rely on your hands and creativity to shape them into something meaningful. This blend of respect and self-reliance creates a powerful synergy that fuels mastery. Musashi's perspective also touches on personal responsibility. By not relying on external forces, you take full accountability for your actions and their outcomes. This mindset shift is crucial for growth. It encourages proactive behavior, where you seek solutions, embrace challenges, and learn from setbacks. Instead of attributing success or failure to higher powers, you recognize your role in shaping your destiny. This sense of ownership is liberating and motivating, pushing you to strive for excellence. Moreover, this balance between respect and self-reliance nurtures humility. Acknowledging that there are greater forces at play fosters a sense of modesty and openness. It reminds you that while you are in control of your actions, there are always elements beyond your grasp. This humility can prevent arrogance, keeping you grounded and open to learning. It's a gentle reminder that mastery is a continuous journey, not a destination where you stand alone atop a pedestal. There's also a philosophical depth to this principle. It echoes the idea of synergy between the spiritual and the practical. Respecting the gods and Buddhas aligns you with a broader sense of purpose and ethical grounding, while not relying on them empowers you to take concrete steps towards your goals. It's a harmonious blend of faith and action, where each complements the other without overshadowing it. In the pursuit of mastery, this principle serves as a compass. It guides you to honor your beliefs and values, drawing strength and inspiration from them. At the same time, it urges you to cultivate your own abilities, make deliberate choices, and persist through adversity. It's about finding that sweet spot where reverence and responsibility coexist, each enhancing the other. So, as you navigate your path towards achieving any goal, keep Musashi's wisdom in mind. Respect the gods and Buddhas, acknowledging the larger forces at play, but don't lean on them to carry you. Instead, harness that respect to fuel your own efforts, strategies, and growth. It's a dance of honor and self-empowerment, leading you towards true mastery. Embrace this balance, and watch how it transforms not just your goals, but your entire approach to life. Number 8. You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain. Alright, let's unpack this idea. You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain. At first glance, it might seem pretty straightforward, but when you dig deeper, there's a wealth of wisdom here, especially when viewed through Miyamoto Musashi's perspective on mastery. Picture this: everyone has their own unique journey. No two paths are exactly alike, even if the destination is the same. Musashi wasn't one to follow the crowd or stick to a single way of doing things. He knew that rigidity can be a real obstacle on the road to mastery. By embracing the idea that multiple paths can lead to success, you open yourself up to flexibility and creativity. It's like having a toolbox with various tools, each suited for different tasks. Why limit yourself to just one tool when you can choose the best one for each situation? Think about the mountain metaphor. The mountain represents your ultimate goal, whatever that may be. Now, imagine there are countless trails leading to its peak. Some are steep and challenging, others winding and scenic. Musashi understood that different people have different strengths, weaknesses, and preferences. What works for one person might not work for another. So, why stick to a single path when there are so many ways to reach the top? This principle is all about personalization. Mastery isn't a one-size-fits-all deal. It's deeply personal and unique to each individual. Musashi's teachings encourage you to find the path that aligns best with your own skills, mindset, and circumstances. It's about carving out your own route rather than trying to replicate someone else's journey. This approach not only makes the process more enjoyable but also more effective because it's tailored to you. Moreover, embracing multiple paths fosters resilience. When you're too fixated on one way to achieve your goal, you become vulnerable if that path becomes blocked or proves ineffective. Musashi knew that adaptability is key. If one route gets too difficult or simply doesn't work, having the flexibility to switch to another path ensures that you keep moving forward. It's like having a backup plan without the stress of always being prepared for the unexpected. There's also an element of exploration here. When you recognize that there are multiple ways to reach the top, you're more likely to experiment and discover new techniques or strategies. This spirit of exploration keeps the journey interesting and can lead to breakthroughs you might not have encountered if you were stuck on a single path. Musashi's own life was a testament to this, always learning, always adapting, never settling for one way of doing things. Another layer to this is the concept of balance. Different paths might require different skills or mindsets. Some might demand patience and persistence, while others might call for boldness and quick thinking. By understanding that there's more than one path, you can develop a more well-rounded skill set. Musashi emphasized the importance of being versatile, and this principle supports that by encouraging you to embrace various approaches and techniques. Let's also consider the psychological aspect. Knowing that there are multiple paths to your goal can alleviate the pressure and frustration that come with setbacks. It shifts your perspective from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. Instead of seeing obstacles as roadblocks, you view them as opportunities to try a different route. This positive outlook can significantly impact your motivation and overall progress. Musashi's wisdom here is timeless. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in following the latest trends or sticking rigidly to traditional methods. But true mastery requires the courage to forge your own path and the wisdom to know that there's no single right way. It's about finding what works best for you and being open to change and innovation along the way. So, when you're climbing your own mountain, remember that the summit is accessible through various trails. Embrace the diversity of paths, trust in your ability to choose the right one, and stay open to adjusting your course as needed. Musashi's insight teaches us that mastery isn't about following a prescribed route, but about understanding the landscape and navigating it in a way that's uniquely yours. In the end, recognizing that there are multiple paths to the top empowers you to take control of your journey. It's a reminder that your path to mastery is your own, shaped by your experiences, choices, and the wisdom you gather along the way. So, go ahead and explore those different trails. Each step you take is a part of your unique journey to achieving any goal you set your mind to. Number 9. Be focused on the task at hand. Let's dive into the idea of being focused on the task at hand. It's one of those concepts that sounds simple but holds immense power when truly embraced. Picture this: your mind isn't scattered across 1,000 thoughts, worries, or plans. Instead, it's zeroed in on what you're doing right now, fully immersed and present. It's like tuning into a single frequency amidst a sea of noise, allowing you to operate at your peak. When you're focused, everything else fades into the background. Distractions lose their grip, and your energy is channeled into the task, making your actions more deliberate and effective. It's not just about ignoring interruptions, it's about creating a mental space where your attention is undivided. This kind of focus transforms the way you approach your work, making each step more intentional and meaningful. Think about the flow of getting lost in something you love. That's the essence of being focused on the task at hand. It's about finding that sweet spot where your skills meet the challenge, and time seems to stand still. In this state, you're not just working, you're creating, building, and pushing the boundaries of what you can achieve. It's a powerful place where mastery begins to take shape. Maintaining focus requires a certain level of discipline, but it's not about forcing yourself to stay on track. Instead, it's about cultivating habits that naturally support your concentration. Whether it's setting aside dedicated time, organizing your environment, or simply taking a moment to breathe before diving in, these small practices can make a world of difference. They help create a rhythm that keeps your mind aligned with your goals. There's also a beauty in simplicity when you focus on the task at hand. By stripping away the unnecessary, you allow clarity to emerge. Decisions become easier because you're not overcomplicating things with extraneous thoughts. It's like clearing a foggy window to see the path ahead more clearly. This clarity not only enhances your performance but also makes the process more enjoyable. Moreover, being focused fosters a deeper connection with what you're doing. It turns mundane tasks into opportunities for growth and learning. When your mind is fully engaged, you start to notice details you might have missed otherwise. This heightened awareness leads to a richer experience and a greater sense of accomplishment. It's about finding joy in the journey, not just the destination. But let's not forget, maintaining focus isn't always easy. Our brains are wired to wander, especially in today's world filled with endless stimuli. It takes conscious effort to bring your attention back whenever it drifts. However, each time you do, you're training your mind to become more resilient and disciplined. It's a continuous process, one that strengthens your ability to stay present and engaged over time. Another aspect to consider is the relationship between focus and passion. When you're genuinely interested in what you're doing, staying focused becomes more natural. It's that intrinsic motivation that keeps you anchored, even when distractions are tempting. Passion fuels your dedication, making it easier to dive deep into your work and maintain that state of flow. Being focused also means respecting the task and yourself. It's a commitment to give your best effort, to honor the time and energy you're investing. This respect creates a positive feedback loop, where the quality of your work improves, which in turn boosts your motivation and focus. It's a cycle that propels you forward, helping you achieve higher levels of mastery. In the grand scheme, being focused on the task at hand is about embracing the present moment. It's recognizing that the now is where your power lies, where you can make the most significant impact. By fully engaging with what you're doing, you tap into a source of creativity and efficiency that can propel you toward your goals with remarkable speed and precision. So, next time you find your mind wandering or your energy scattered, remind yourself of the power of focus. Take a deep breath, center your thoughts, and immerse yourself in the task before you. It's not always easy, but the rewards are well worth the effort. Embracing this principle can transform the way you work, live, and achieve mastery in any area you choose to pursue. Number 10. Keep yourself in the way of perfection. Alright, let's delve into this fascinating concept from Miyamoto Musashi. Keep yourself in the way of perfection. At first glance, it might sound like chasing an impossible ideal, but there's so much more depth to it. Musashi wasn't talking about flawless execution or never making mistakes. Instead, he was highlighting a mindset, a relentless pursuit of becoming better every single day. Imagine for a second that perfection isn't a destination but a journey. It's not about reaching some end point where everything is just right, but about continuously moving forward, refining yourself along the way. Keeping yourself in the way of perfection means embracing this ongoing process. It's about setting a high bar for yourself, not to burden yourself, but to inspire constant growth and improvement. Musashi's idea here is deeply rooted in discipline and self-awareness. It's about recognizing your strengths and weaknesses and actively working on them. Think of it as a never-ending quest where you're always seeking to polish your skills, deepen your knowledge, and enhance your character. This pursuit keeps you engaged, motivated, and always striving to be better than you were yesterday. But let's break it down a bit more. What does it really mean to keep yourself in the way of perfection? It's about maintaining a balance between ambition and patience. You set your sights high, but you also understand that mastery takes time. There's no rush, no need to force things. It's a steady, consistent effort, where every small step contributes to the bigger picture of who you're becoming. Musashi also emphasizes the importance of adaptability in this pursuit. Perfection isn't a static goal, it evolves as you grow. What you strive for today might shift tomorrow, and that's perfectly okay. Keeping yourself in the way of perfection means staying flexible, open to change, and willing to adjust your path as needed. It's about being resilient in the face of setbacks and seeing them as opportunities to learn and improve. Another key aspect is mindfulness. To keep yourself on this path, you need to be present and fully engaged in whatever you're doing. It's about paying attention to the details, understanding the nuances, and being fully committed to the task at hand. This level of focus not only enhances your skills but also deepens your appreciation for the process itself. You start to find joy in the journey, not just in the outcomes. Now, let's talk about the mental and emotional side of things. Striving for perfection can sometimes lead to frustration or self-doubt, but Musashi's approach encourages a healthy relationship with these feelings. It's not about being harsh on yourself for not being perfect, it's about acknowledging your imperfections and using them as fuel for improvement. This mindset fosters a kind of self-compassion that keeps you motivated rather than discouraged. Moreover, keeping yourself in the way of perfection cultivates a strong sense of purpose. When you're constantly seeking to improve, you're always aligned with your goals and values. It gives your actions meaning and direction, ensuring that every effort you make is purposeful and intentional. This alignment is crucial for achieving mastery because it keeps you focused and driven even when things get tough. There's also a creative element to this pursuit. By striving for perfection, you open yourself up to innovation and new ideas. You're not just sticking to what you know, you're constantly exploring, experimenting, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. This creative drive not only enhances your skills but also keeps the process exciting and dynamic. In essence, keep yourself in the way of perfection is about fostering a mindset of continuous growth, resilience, and mindful engagement. It's a commitment to never settle, to always seek improvement, and to embrace the journey of becoming the best version of yourself. Musashi's wisdom here is timeless, reminding us that mastery is not a final achievement but a lifelong practice. So, as you work towards any goal, remember this principle. Let it guide you to maintain high standards, stay adaptable, and keep pushing forward with intention and passion. It's not about being perfect, it's about being on the path of perfection, constantly evolving and striving for excellence. Embrace this journey, and you'll find that mastery becomes not just an aspiration, but a natural outcome of your persistent efforts and unwavering dedication. Thank you for watching. If you found Miyamoto Musashi's rules for mastery inspiring, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Modern Stoic for more powerful life lessons. Remember, mastery isn't about rushing the process, it's about steady, intentional progress. Take these principles and apply them in your life today. Share your thoughts and how you're using Musashi's wisdom to achieve your goals in the comments below. Until next time, stay focused, stay disciplined, and keep mastering your path. Take care.